Hello learners. In the previous video, we have talked about some part of the create portion of the sketch. Now we will talk about some modify commands. What are the things we can use? Maybe some terms are very new for you, but we will try to understand. So to modify something, first I need some kind of a basic structure in on my screen, on my sketch screen, over which I can place some modification. The first one, we all have the option for the fillet. The fillet is generally used to, let's say, this is a rectangle. So this rectangle have some sharp corners. Okay, if I want to make it as a rounded one. So when I talk about this curve, or this curve is generally in technical term we called as a fillet. Okay, so you can see that here it is defined with the help of the radius. Press escape button to come out from this, and you can alter that. Okay, I need the radius of 10 or something. So up to which way where you have selected in a one go, it will automatically take the same one. You can also see that there is some equal sign was there, which will be discussed in this constraint part. But for now, this is we called as a fillet. Now the another option we called as the chamfer. Chamfer is opposite to the fillet. The fillet having some kind of a smooth curve. The chamfer will have a kind of a sharp curve. So if you have a type of a shape in which you need some sharp curves or something like this, so sharp edge ends, so you can work in a same way. We have some multiple option in which this is not required. Okay, the chamfer will only have some equal distance. The first one I choose, it have you can see that both are of equal distances. Now let's say if I want to define the chamfer, let me take another sketch. If I want to define a chamfer with the help of two distances, in which I have two distances over there. So I can define over like this. Here I need to just plug in the what is the value I need. Let me take 15 I need over there. Okay, so it will take 15, or I can also alter the same thing after that, but just double click on that, or okay, I can change that. But in this option, you can see that there is a one function work over there. It means that if I change something, it will, you can see that where you have the function, it will show me that there is a dimension D2. Okay, so here to define D2, this is the D2 dimension. Let me plug in the 10 value as a 10. So it will be work as a function. Okay, whatever the value you are going to apply over there, it will be work in a same way. Okay, so this is the second option. We have the chamfer. Now after that, we have the option for the blend curve. Blend curve is nothing but like, let's say, if I have a line and if I have a curve shape like this, okay, something like this, and I want a one curve which is start from this end and end over my start point. So how you can just see that how it works. So click on the blend curve, select any one of them, select the end point. Okay, when I select the end point, it will create a one curve like this. Okay, now after that we have the option of the offset. Offset it means let's say if I have the same shape and I want a multiple copy, let me define a dimension of 2. So you can see that it will create another copy at a distance of 2. So sometimes it is like if you have some shape and you want want to spend some thickness of that particular sketch, we will do with the help of the offset one. Now another option, another section is defined about the trim, how the trim will work. So let's say if I have a two lines, suppose like this. Uh, L is a shortcut key, I can use that. So this is the two lines and I only want these two lines will create a shape like V, something like this, or I can just close this, and I do not want these extra lines as a part of my sketch. So we have the option which is called as the trim. Just select the unnecessary part, so it will be work like this. When we have some extended or something part and you want to just trim out from your sketch, So this trim option will be work like this. Another option which is we called as the extend. The extend is something like where if like a sketch, let's say if I have a line and another line was there and I want to extend it up to that particular line. I want this end point will be move over there. So simply extend that you can option. So means according to the requirement you can use that. Okay, I want to trim, extend. So these are the things we can use. Another option we have this which is called as a break option. So break is how we can understand. Let's say this is we have a complete line, okay, but I want to break that line with some reference. So with reference means let me draw one circle. Okay, so I have this circle. I want the splitting of the lines means this line will be split with respect to this circular part. How we can do that? Just click on the break and specify this line. So now you can, after exit from the break, you can see that I have a line which is break into the two option like this. Now another option, we have some scaling of the sketch. Okay, move and copy. Move and copy, you can simply do that. Okay, once you have the sketch or something. Okay, this is we called as a scaling of sketch. I can simply do like this. Okay, so these are some of the tools we have. Move and copy, you can simply just define what in which direction you want to move and place. But here, this sketch is we called as a unconstrained sketch. Okay, so whenever our sketch is not constrained, so it will be, you can see that when I move that, it is generally not moving the whole object, but it will only move the one of the portion of that. So we will try to understand in the next video what are the constraints and how when we have the constraint, how we can move that. Okay. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.